For centuries they told only one side of Africa's story. Tonight on Hidden Truth, we flip the lens, exposing the double standards shaping faith, fame, and fortune across Alkebulan. Why does a pop star flaunting a 300 million Nigerian Nairas G-Wagon earn applause, while a pastor building homes for widows gets dragged online? Stay with me, because by the end of this episode you'll see a pattern the mainstream never shows. Let's be honest about our pastors, the other side of the story. A lot of people are quick to criticize pastors, especially when they see them living comfortably. But do you know the full story? Do you know what they do behind the scenes? Let me tell you something many won't admit. These pastors have foundations. Not just for show. They help widows, orphans, the homeless, the sick, and anyone genuinely in need. They don't always post it online or blow their whistle, as people say, because they're busy doing the real work, serving, building, giving. Take Pastor Jerry Ease of NSPPD, for example. Just recently for his birthday, he didn't throw a lavish party. Instead, he built multiple homes for widows across Nigeria. Real, complete homes, fully furnished. I watched it with my own eyes. But where were the blogs, the gossip sites, the haters, when this happened? Silent. But the moment a pastor buys a car, dresses well, or flies business class, suddenly everyone finds their voice. Why would a pastor drive a Range Rover, they ask, forgetting that serving God is not a vow of poverty. Even the Bible says God is a rewarder. Would you work for 40 years and expect no harvest? It's time we honor the kingdom and stop letting worldly standards confuse us. People mock, saying pastors are rich while their members suffer. But ask yourself, how many celebrities and musicians have made real impact with their wealth? You celebrate Rema buying a G-Wagon. You cheer Wizkid and Burna Boy for flexing in videos filled with smoke, drugs, and women. What have they really contributed to society? Who have they built houses for? But let a pastor spend his own earned money on a car, and it becomes a scandal. Double standards, anyone? Many of these musicians influence young people negatively, glorifying weed, alcohol, reckless living. But a pastor, who builds schools, clinics, gives scholarships, or simply changes lives through prayers and support, is the one people insult the most. You know what hurts me? It's when even Christians join in the slander. People who have never seen true Christianity in their homes or circles. I told my husband, you are the first example of Christ your siblings will ever see. You must show them the real thing. And yes, I pray. I ask God to give us evidence, so that when we preach, our lives back it up. Not just words, but results. When people see God blessing you, changing you, healing you, they'll ask, wait, who is this God you serve? That's real ministry. So no, I won't stay silent anymore. When I see nonsense being posted online, especially about pastors I know are doing real kingdom work, I will respond. Respectfully, but boldly. Even those who left the faith and say they now follow the universe or energy, some of them are still stuck, still confused, still in pain. I've had one tell me, I believe in God but not in Jesus. Then she asked, why would an angel carry a sword? I just laughed. The devil asks tricky questions to plant doubt, but the truth stands. Christianity has never been about being flashy. But if a man of God has served faithfully for 20, 30, even 40 years, and God decides to bless him, who are you to question it? We forget that these same ministers started from scratch, some with nothing. Some were mocked, betrayed, financially broken, but they stayed in service. And now that they're enjoying the fruit of their faithfulness, you call it fraud. It's not right. We must start telling the full story. And let's not forget the internal battles they don't speak of. The nights of doubt, where they questioned whether they really heard God's call, or if they were just talking to themselves. The loneliness that comes with leading people who often don't see the burden behind the pulpit. The spiritual attacks, the kind that don't just touch their bodies but come for their marriages, their children, their peace of mind. Many pastors serve through seasons of silence, where prayers go unanswered, where they lay hands on others and see miracles, yet fight depression in private. They preach hope while battling despair. They prophesy breakthrough while facing foreclosure. They lead others to healing while hiding their own afflictions. Some face betrayal not from outsiders, but from within their churches. Members who walk away without explanation. Trusted leaders who turn against them. Gossip and slander disguised as concern. Still, they show up. Still, they serve. Many pastors spend years sacrificing time with their families, missing birthdays, anniversaries, moments that will never come back, just to pray for someone else's. And let's talk finances. Most of them don't start with churches that can sustain them. They invest their own money. They empty savings accounts to buy church chairs, fix leaking roofs, or support a struggling member. No salary. No applause. No security. They're expected to be available at all hours: births, funerals, breakups, breakdowns, yet few stop to ask, "Pastor, how are you doing?" Some pastors have even been physically attacked, accused of things they never did, arrested for rumors, publicly humiliated, dragged online for a 30-second clip without context. Their names are thrown into the fire, and they're told to stay silent for the sake of the gospel. This is what it costs. So when God finally lifts them, when they have peace, provision, and honor, it's not luck. It's harvest. It's divine recompense for silent suffering. And it should be respected, not ridiculed. I'll close with this. Before you judge a pastor or any servant of God, ask yourself, what have I done with my own influence? What value have I added? What lives have I touched? Until then, let's stop glorifying secular artists while condemning pastors doing God's work in silence. Let's be fair. Let's speak truth. Hidden Truth family, you've just heard the unfiltered side. Notice how the pattern matches every colonial blueprint we've exposed on this channel. Keycap 1: Divide the narrative, pit faith leaders against pop idols. Keycap 2: Distract the masses, celebrate spectacle, ignore substance. Keycap 3: Demonize self-sufficiency, shame those who build within the motherland. This isn't new, it's the same strategy used to diminish Alkebulan's brightest minds for centuries. We celebrate success, but we must also interrogate impact. Next time a headline bashes a pastor, ask, who benefits from this outrage, and what truth is being buried? If this episode opened your eyes, hit like, share with someone blinded by clickbait criticism, and subscribe for deeper dives into the untold stories of Alkebulan.